Well, art is something that for me it's a passion. It's a lifestyle. For me, it's a constant journey and I guess it's a constant challenge. Hi, I'm Mike Macca. I'm an artist. I'm from Adelaide, but I live in Melbourne. So street art in Melbourne, I think that it's pretty solid. I think that many years ago it got past this stage of being underground, of being a clandestine thing, and it's celebrated now, and there's work out there, there's a general acceptance of this art form in there. There's funding from government, there's funding from different people, which is totally opposite from the government's money paying people to paint everything, one colour. I think in bigger terms, the street art in the world has gone through this kind of stage where it's become cool, it's become labelled, and like skating and surfing and things like that, at one stage they were underground, they became cool, and then they'll be cool for the rest of their life, rest of our lives. So I think street art's got to that stage, and that of course would take something away from it. And I think in some ways maybe it's reached its peak, maybe that was a few years ago, but it's also the biggest art form of our time, I think this. Yeah, I think that with my work, there's not really like an end goal that I consider to be it's finished or it's right. Like I want to leave things unfinished so that you can see that it is a piece of art, there's a process that goes in there, and you see where this idea has come from, not necessarily where it's a polished piece of art. And I think what I used to do when I was younger, especially teenager, was to be totally refined and get these skills down so that it's all polished and it's all rubbed out, or there's no kind of messy areas. But now it's like I'm searching for that mess. Maybe the mess just suits me better. This wall is a Mexican restaurant, and I'm just thinking of doing a big skull. It's very Mexican themed. Day of the Dead, but they have this different kind of cultural thing with the death there, where it's something celebrated, I guess, or there's a happy element of the spiritual life after. So thinking about doing a big skull, but there was some kind of life in there, and painted similarly to the way that they paint their skulls to this day. And then maybe a lot of flowers around, some big flowers where it's a lot of texture, which is very easy to do on this wall because it's very deep indented bricks. Yeah, Makatrons a name that I first got when I was 19, and I was in an Aussie lacrosse team, and it was a guy from Victoria who was a funny guy, and that was something that was a name for me for being like a man machine, I guess. And then it went through various forms of when I was tagging, like Tron or Macca. I had a lot of different tag names that I'd change every week and make a new crew every month, different friends. And it's funny because like it's something that there is a deeper meaning where there's like Mac means like sun off in like Irish culture, and then the Tron is obviously the mechanical world. So there's like the your instincts and your nature and nurture. So there's this kind of balance, and that's when I was a bicycle courier, there was this mentality that I'm the human and I'm on the machine, and I'm in the city, which is a big machine, but it's full of humans. So it's just kind of like a question, I guess, about balance. Sometimes it doesn't have that deeper meaning, and then these days as well, it's far more about the instincts than the polished technical kind of world. Hey, I'm Mike Macca. This wall I just finished is inspired by Day of the Dead. It's a very obvious connection to the Mexican restaurant that is behind that wall. And tried to do some kind of combination of a skull with a female pretty face and a whole lot of flowers in some nice colours. I put a couple of like Aztec perhaps or some patterns in there, and I tried to keep a lot of the original texture. I mean, I think that the most difficult thing for any artist is probably the balance of personal integrity with your art form and making money, because often they don't align. And there's only a small amount of people who I would say they are totally true to themselves with their art form, and they can get paid decently for it. And I think at this stage I'm 34, so in some ways I feel really lucky that my path in life is going to be an artistic one. It's not like I'm going to be jumping between jobs or careers, or whatever happens, I'm still going to be an artist.